Hopkins, your time will come. Of course, not for 275 years.
You know, there's a lot of talk in urban legends about high power lines and cell phones and safety, and I don't buy into any of that. I think you can use a cell phone safely next to a high power line without any problem.
I love the Mark Hopkins Show.
I'm using a miniature tripod that I found, or actually I bought, and I wanted to see how this camera functions, so I'm testing it out. Coming soon, the movie, The Constant Gargler. Don't miss The Constant Gargler. That'd be better than that piece of crap, The Constant Gardener. The camera work on that movie was kind of like this. Hi, this is supposed to be really dramatic and cool. No, it looks like crap. Hire a cameraman with some experience. The Constant Gardener. What a piece of crap. You know, if you can't learn how to tell a story in an hour and a half to 2 hours, don't direct film. Thank you very much. Sincerely, the American film-going public. So, it's 4:05, and I have a 3:20 or 3:30 appointment here with Daryl Green, and nowhere to be found. So this is going to be called East and Chadwick My Way. And what I'm going to do is just read my lines. A little touch of emphysema mixed with SARS and the bird flu, sorry. This is called East and Chadwick My Way. And what I'm going to do is read you just my lines from East and Chadwick. Let's start at the top. That must be some music you're listening to. It must really heal. And those headphones, they must fit right into your ear like one of those tiny hearing aids. Then Chadwick says a bunch of stuff, and of course then we get to my line. What's not on? What's wrong with this? This is what we do. This is how we make our living, remember? So what do you have in mind? You've been watching too many of those detective shows. Sorry, old boy, but this is what it's really like. You should know. You were doing it in England. Ah, the Porsche Boxster. Now that is a fine automobile. Of Of course, I would suggest that while you're trying to find a way to parlay 53 grand into a single car, you may also perhaps figure out first, say, how are we going to acquire the funds to pay the second half of this month's lease payment? And whereas do I plan, see, and I don't speak like this, and whereas I do plan to cut back on my intake of cookies and candy, I do wish to continue consuming fruits, vegetables, and the occasional piece of meat. I know, it's just, what can we do about it?
You're watching TCTV, Channel 28, in between Channel 27 and Channel 29. Thank you.
And don't forget the secretary, a leggy blonde, though an aptly efficient one. Though an aptly efficient one. Hello, what can we do for you? Yes. Yeah, I did hear about that. They haven't accomplished a whole lot, have they? I'm sorry. Why don't you have a seat? Both of us? I know this place. It's pretty expensive. We'll see you. Just what the doctor ordered. Well, it's just what you wanted anyway. Because you're nuts. Oh, come on. This is a robbery, armed robbery. A lot of money was taken. This is the real thing, buddy boy. Of course, we'll have to maneuver around the police. Wear a nice suit. This is a high-end place. Then, of course, other characters say things, but I could care less because I want to see my lines. Ah, just for the house. Thank you. What the hell does that mean? Yeah. Scenes we haven't done yet. Okay. I really should have brought a highlighter to get more of this done. Of course, you get the point. Here's 60 pages. 60 pages. Not a gunfight, not a car chase, no girl-on-girl action, but it's supposed to be watchable. Not a fist fight. And they're hard-boiled detectives. This is a representative of Mr. Joseph Torino. Oh, really? Well, it's 2:21 in the frickin' morning.
Thank you for watching The Mark Hopkins Show. I'm Mark Hopkins. That's Mark with an M, Hopkins with an H. Thank you.
I work when I feel like working. Well, he can take his money. Hello. Damn it. So you got one too, huh? I'm scared. But I'm also pissed off. Yep, there'll be nowhere he can hide, nor us, for that matter. Now you're thinking it might work, ... It might just work, ... if ... All we'd have to do after that is tip off the police. In secret, of course. Call Folger on his cell phone. Get him to meet with us as soon as he leaves the bakery. You know, bakery, that sounds like a good idea. I could stand some food right about now. I'm starving. I had a sandwich earlier, but that's about it. I'm getting by on coffee and water. And that's all. Why? Because I'm tired of being a fat, old white guy. So I figured the least I could do is be a thin, old white guy. Yeah, Chadwick and Folger's lines. But more importantly, when do I, East, get another line? Folger, here we go. Talk to them, now. As it is, I would say the time has run out for you to make any attempt to contact us here once you've gotten the money. Leave that to me. You get that money. Remember, all of you are in grave danger. Call me on this cell phone. I'll meet you at the bar to retrieve the cash. 50,000. You understand. All right. What took you so long to call? Good. Gloves. It'll eliminate any hint of an accident. Well, I never want to go through this again. Smudging the fingerprints on 3,000 banknotes and verifying they were all smudged, with the time crunch hanging over our heads, was not my idea of fun.
Finally, after 2,000 years, something decent is on TV. You go, Mark Hopkins. I am the dog of your father. You shall have no other canines before me.
Come on, let's go to work. No dog. How do you know? Well, at least we know the Torinos aren't here. Good. It's even darker here. I don't think that the lock itself will represent much of a threat. There's the job. Yeah, I know. It's the private security patrol that we have to worry about. Brandon, if they were just around the corner, it wouldn't be any good. Well, there's only one way to find out. Sorry about that. I just hope that alarm doesn't go off until I'm finished. Let's do it. Here's just a quick course and direction. Here we go, ready? Wide shot interior, wide shot another area. Close up, middle close up of a vase. Middle close up, Chadwick's feet. Cut to waist, cut to medium shot. Cut to a view of what startled him. Cut to a scene. Cut to the wide shot. Cut to the medium shot. Cut to the wide shot. Cut, move. Like that. Here comes Mark Dottie. No, it's Daryl Green himself. So I guess I'll have to stop talking crap about him now that he's here. And I just had the tabs taken off. It's what's called a tab collar shirt because you button the tabs and it closes the collar in very nicely around the tie. But my thick Guido neck won't accommodate
We get there.
anything smaller than a 17.5-inch neck.
We get there from racing because you're
Big, thick neck.
Yeah. So.
Did you get the hemorrhoids from racing too?